we are in heavy into NFL playoff season, right? And I think, I don't know, 2 weeks from now, a week or two from now, we got the Super Bowl. And there's 4 teams left, and we'll see what happens and who gets there. But this is a huge time of year for snacking and soda drinking, and companies like PepsiCo, you really do well this time of year, right? People buy their Doritos, their Fritos, their Cheetos, their something-os, their nachos, whatever they do, plus their Pepsi products, and it's a big time of year for them. And Pepsi is sold, obviously, as you know, across the globe. And there is a grocery chain in Europe that has kicked Pepsi out of their chain, and they've done that because Pepsi, just as their raw material costs have gone up, Pepsi has continued to raise the prices, and this grocery chain in Europe has said no mas, no more, we're not carrying their products. And of course, consumers are going into the chain and asking for where's their Cheetos, Doritos, etc. And the store management, the store ownership has said they've tried to negotiate with Pepsi, and it's gotten them nowhere because Pepsi wants to attempt to maintain their margins. So that's sort of good news for the other grocers in the area, right? Because they should get spillover sales. Think about this. There is this borderline tipping point where a provider of whether it's a service, a raw material, a finished good, a product, an end product, there's this tipping point where you've maxed out potentially what a customer is willing to pay to represent your goods and services. And apparently this grocery chain in Europe got to that quote-unquote tipping point. It's their break point. They weren't going to do anymore. So as you look at your business and as you consider raising your prices as your cost of eggs goes up consistently, Mr. Restaurateur, or your cost of raw material goes up consistently, Mr. Manufacturer, or your cost of labor goes up consistently, Mrs. Contractor. As those things continue to rise, and to some degrees you have to pass them along, and in a perfect world you want to pass them along with your margin so you can maintain your gross profit, you got to be careful that you don't get to this quote-unquote break point, tipping point, like this grocer did in Europe. And we can talk to you about strategy to potentially offset that. So if it's something you'd like to talk about because you're being forced to raise your prices and you're getting concerned about how far can you go with your existing customer base and your bids and your estimates and the folks that you do goods and services with, they might have other strategies, okay? So nothing's easy. It's not meant to be easy. That's why it's called a business. But if we can help anyway, anytime, you can hit me up on LinkedIn. You can call me at 800-743-0410. You can email me at lewismosca@amserve.com. And you can like, share, and subscribe and follow some of the messages that we send out there all the time. But I'm telling you, 2024 for price increases is going to put so much pressure on you as the provider and your customer, or you as the customer from the provider that works for you, that it's going to be a very challenging year. I'm telling you, we might be able to help you get through that, okay? Be well. Thank you all for the time.